say you're no Tom Sawyer, and you can't keep up keeping this peace. As the shadows grow longer and the north wind blows stronger, it's a struggle to sing out my part. You can't live your life with the luck of the Irish without no.
There are lots of things I love about summer, and one of the things that is occurring, it seems like a little more frequently, is seeing Scott Kirby with Dave Edmonson at Phil's Barbecue in Black Mountain, North Carolina. We actually had this little trek last year. We were on our way to another concert, only to learn while we were waiting around for the other show to start, because we arrived really early and had a nice meal and was touring around downtown Asheville. And we happened to see that Kirby was at this little barbecue place.
Now I'm crying, ain't I? Am gone to Carolina in my mind. There ain't no
Just about 20
doubt.
minutes east of Asheville. So we decided to make the drive over, and we're so glad that we did. The food was excellent. It was a really great atmosphere. This time in the Western Carolina mountains is just absolutely gorgeous. And we decided that this would be a thing that we would just start doing as long as he was traveling through this area. It took us about 4+ hours to get there from where we were coming from, but it was well worth the drive. So if you're ever in the Black Mountain, North Carolina area, especially in May, seeing Scott Kirby with Dave there just doing the set, and I'll run down the songs that they did here in just a second, it's well worth it. We arrived just before the show started, which it started around 6 p.m. and went till a little after 8, and really enjoyed just the entire demeanor and the entire setup. He opened up with Slept on an Island, and then after that moved over to Guy Clark's classic LA Freeway. After that was his standard song Lucky Enough, and then on to Walking on Thin Ice.
New Mexico, no looking back, there ain't nothing to say. I got a heavy, heavy load and I'm driving.
He did one of my favorites, which is Out on the Edge, and then followed that one up with a cover of James Taylor's Going to Carolina or Carolina. He came back and did Blow Me Down to Kaiwesa, which was fantastic. And then, of course, told the same story about the last flying boat and the potential of selling that to Jimmy Buffett. In between each song, he spoke and gave a little bit of background just about every time. It was nice. It was a nice breakup between the groups. After he did We Own Key West, his next song was I'm Driving You Away. And then he did the My Cathedral, which I really thought was very excellently done. And then moved over to Dream of Your Life, which is the title cut from his newest CD. And it was a fantastic rendition. He closed out the show with Whiskey Turned My Life Around, an upbeat song, and then, of course, his new song, Vapour Trails. Vapour Trails was extremely well received, and in this world of this day and age of A&I writing songs and of people, quote-unquote, becoming songwriters in a matter of seconds, listening to how he put together Vapour Trails reminded me of why there are people like him still writing, because they can actually paint a picture. And the story behind the song was Lucy Buffett at Jimmy Buffett's memorial service made a statement somewhere along the lines of she and her sister had been more or less following in Jimmy's Vapour Trails all of their lives. And that set Scott's creative juices into motion. and obviously produced what I think will be another excellent song that we will start ranking up there with Slept on an Island and Lucky Enough, among others. Overall, it was a fun night. He was very congenial to people around. There were several people there this year that I recognized from last year, and this year's crowd was much bigger, actually, than it was last year. We spent some time chatting, catching up on some musicians that we both know, and he was, as usual, just very kind. And I was thinking this morning as I was driving, you know, the music is one thing, the quality of the songs, the quality of the instrumentation, the vocal work, all of the things that go into making live songs and live venues and all that a big deal. Those are all important, but they're not the most important thing. I've come to realize that Scott Kirby has discovered and has mastered this art, and that is the most important thing about music is how it makes other people feel. And if I ran down the list of songs that he did, I'd almost guarantee you that everyone has some type of a feeling associated with those songs. So my thanks again to Scott and to Dave. They were both very kind to chat after the show, and I wish them both the best of luck as they continue traveling. I think they were headed to Texas next. And of course, follow Scott on his Facebook page and any of the other social media, and reading his mumbo jumbo that he releases through his website is always a good way to keep up with him. Thanks again. Appreciate you checking out the podcast and the blog. Be sure to share this, and we'll hope to talk soon.
Watch them, the jet streams fill his sails. Hurricanes, typhoons, and fly through 4-7 gales. What a joy to have followed in his Vapour Trails.